Hi guys, today I'm going to do another get ready with me and it's going to be festive. I'm going to theme it kind of Christmas party. I'm actually going to my daughter's Christmas kind of concert thing later on today, and this always makes me laugh because I drop off either of my children. I would drop them off looking like this because I'm either not doing anything that day and I don't need to be wearing makeup, or I'm going to come back and film, and so I like to put my makeup on just before I film, or potentially I'm filming a get ready with me like this. And then I go back to pick them up looking like the end of this video. So I just wondered, what do they think? What do they think I'm doing at home? What's going on? Why would you drop your kids off looking like this and then go back with this insane green blue glitter eyeliner? Never been questioned. Just makes me wonder. So let's get into it. It's going to be, I want to say an easy Christmas party look, but I know that's not necessarily, easy as in the eye of the beholder. But it's going to be something that will potentially last a long time and you don't need to worry about. So I'm going to start with Estee Lauder Double Wear. Could have used something else, but to be honest, this is my favourite of the moment. I don't use tons of it. It's actually pretty blendable for a full coverage concealer, or foundation rather. Concealer not so blendable, but for a full coverage foundation, I find it to be really, really blendable. I can just use a small amount. It's even, but it's a nice coverage, but it's kind of sheer, it's odd. I actually don't have a concealer in front of me, so I am, case in point, going to build up my foundation under my eyes and just around my kind of chin area to use it in place of concealer. So that is foundation. I'm going to use this MAC Pressed Blot Powder, which is kind of coming to the end of its life, to set, but honestly it could be anything. There are very, very few, trying to think of kind of my absolute favourites. Probably Miracle Matte from 17 is one that I would repurchase. I do like the Maybelline Superstay, but that can oxidise. I don't really have kind of any powder hanging around I would use, and I'm just kind of trying to use this one up so that I can back to MAC it. Did you notice I have kind of pink hair? I'm getting so bored with it. And I don't have a colour appointment until the 2nd of January. And I can't remember the last time I had it done, but it was freaking ages ago. I think it was the beginning of October maybe. So it's like the longest I've ever gone without not colouring my hair. And this Lee Stafford stuff came through the post the other day and I was like, yeah, I'm going to use that. Look at those roots. Yeah, I'm not loving it right now, but I don't hate the pink. It's a bit different, and it was really, really subtle. I quite liked it actually. I'll probably mention it in an upcoming video. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Totally fell back in love with this recently, and I did really like it, but I've used lots of other ones since finding the Primer Potion way back when that I've thought, oh, this is nice, this is nice. This is very, very nice. It's one of my absolute favourites. I think still, I don't know where it is, which is why I'm using this one again, but the Helene Stage Primer, a Stage or Stage Show, I forget, that is my all-time favourite eyeshadow primer, but this is really, really nice as well. Mustn't forget brows. I'm kind of in two minds as to what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use the brow pomade from Freedom in Blonde. I've been using the powder and stuff recently. However, I don't know if you can notice, but how full are my eyebrows? Like, for those of you that have seen me do my get ready with me's and stuff over the years, my eyebrows are so, so sparse, and I've been using Rapid Brow for, I want to say it's probably been 2 months I've been using it now. I can't believe the difference. So I've been plucking the ones that I really need to pluck just there, but all the rest of it under here, it's like my natural shape is kind of coming out, and I didn't even know how many brows I could have. And so I'm kind of leaving them, but when I use powder, I'm not really knowing what to do. It's ended up looking really bushy and messy, which is a really foreign concept to me. So I'm finding pencil or this kind of brow pomade to be a little bit easier. But I just don't know what I'm going to do with my brows now I've got all of this. I don't know what shape they're going to be. I mean, they kind of come down all the way from here, so I don't know. I don't know. It's like doing somebody else's eyebrows at the moment, and they are really quite a lot thicker in shape than they ever were. So it's going to be weird, but I'm going to get them, I'm going to do the Benefit Brow Bar thing soon. And I will review that because I've never done the Benefit Brow Bar, but I've heard lots of good things about it. So brows done, I'm going to go in with the Creamy Matte, what is this called? Creamy Beige, but Creamy Matte is kind of the range from Colour 24 Maybelline. I love these so much. I'm just going to go over the eye primer because I really like this colour. And I'm going to go over this with a paler one in like a powder form. But I don't know, there's something about this. It adds just the right amount of shadow into my socket as well, so I don't necessarily need to go crazy. If I want to put this on and then something sparkly on just the very edge of my lid near my lashes, this has become a fast favourite. And for the very little colour that I'm going to put on my lids, I'm going to use the Redemption palette from Makeup Revolution. Ooh, and I lost that. I've actually not used this before. I can't believe I haven't. I just found a whole shelf full of products that are kind of waiting to be tested or blogged. And I totally forgot they were there, so they've been there forever. I'm actually going to pick that up because I'm going to use this. I've been recently really into kind of patting on, especially like sparkly colours because it's Christmas time. So I'm going to use this because I feel like maybe these are not as insane as we all think they are. And I use the very palest shade. I feel like you can kind of pack on the colour and blend without getting it everywhere with these. I'm actually not going to do anything else. It seems completely pointless that I got this palette out now because that could have been any colour at all. I potentially could have used no colour, but it did just give me a little bit of light to the dark of the creamy beige. I'm going to go straight in with the eyeliner because that's what it's all about. I've got two colours here to use and no pencil sharpener, which is driving me nuts, but that's why I have two colours in case one is easier than the other. The Chromatics from Maybelline. This is the colour Turquoise Vibe, and I've got the Daniel Sandler Long Lasting Waterproof Eyeliner in Aqua Velvet. I'm going to use a mixture of these two on my lid in place of a liquid eyeliner because for some reason I know I had a colour that was like this. I can't find my liquid eyeliner that is like this, so I'm going to use a brush to try and flick it out a little bit and wing it and get it to be a bit of a more precise line, but that is my plan. And then I'm going to go over that with glitter. So that is the kind of bottom layer, if you will, of my liner. And now I'm going to go in with the Glam Crystal. I didn't end up using the Daniel Sandler one. Glam Crystals Le Freak, which was from Collection 2000. This is old and it still works perfectly, but it would be Collection now. So there we go. Whilst we're waiting for that to set and dry, I will do my face. I'm going to do something a little bit bronzed. I don't want to add really any colour even to my lips. I forget what I picked, but it was some kind of nude gloss. But I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer on. It's this Body Shop one, which I think is called Honey or Honey Bronze. Something like that. It's the bronzing powder shade Light Matte is what it says. So I'm going to use my big, I've got to keep my eyes like this so that they don't smudge, my big blush brush from Real Techniques. Just add a little bit of colour because I am super pale and you know it is winter time, but I'd rather add a little bit of warmth than kind of like any kind of colour to compete with the super green eyes, especially since I have a little bit of pink hair. Let's not go crazy. We could be looking like an 80s Barbie doll. And the other thing is a series blast from the past. Are you even ready for this? It is this. It's the blusher, bronzer, or is it bronzer blusher? Bronzer blusher blend from Miners. Manny is standing on the treadmill right now. I don't know what he's trying to tell me, but I think I do know what he's trying to tell me. And it's not happening right now. We're filming a video, Manny. In Sunblushed. Oh, Sunblushed. Do you remember this? Who remembers this? I'm going to mainly swirl from the inside, which is what I always did. It was one of the first products that I used to rave and rave about when I was first on YouTube. I loved it. It was, at the time, what I considered to me to be like that kind of Lauren Conrad glow. I would buff this in to my cheeks and think that I was basically her. So that's that for cheeks. I was going to do something kind of like black eyeliner just on my tight line, or my waterline. Tight lining my waterline, isn't it? my waterline just above, but I'm not going to do that because it's just going to be messy and I daren't. So I'm just going to go in straight with my mascara, which is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I think that Maybelline is seriously winning in the eyes category here, isn't it? And I really do think that Maybelline has it in most categories for me. Can you hear that? Man is destroying my Christmas tree in the background. Ever the professional, I'm choosing to ignore it. So that's pretty much it, apart from the lip, which I'm going to use this one from Revlon, which is called Supernatural. I'm not normally a massive fan of lip gloss or nude lips, but I really, really like this one. I keep coming back to it time and time again. It's one of my absolute favourites. Really, really comfortable to wear, and it just wears away to nothing, which is ideal when you're eating and drinking, which is kind of Christmas season, and you don't want to be worrying about what it is that you've got on your lips. I like a bold lip at functions and parties sometimes, I really, really do. But I hate having to constantly check in a mirror whether or not it's smudged everywhere, whether it's just becoming a lip line. I hate that so much. So something like this is something that I'm much more likely to wear, especially if I'm drinking or kind of going out for a long period of time. I don't want to be constantly looking super vain and looking in a mirror all the time. Plus you've got all of this going on up here. Colour, glitter, sparkle. You don't need anything bold in the lips. I could potentially go with nothing at all. For a long time I would wear no lipstick. I would do like full eyes and just no lipstick at all. That was my nude lip. Just because it was easier. I don't know. That is it for today's festive get ready with me. The last one I did was a little bit more wearable, not as kind of colourful, but it still had a little bit of glitter. I think the next one that I do, if I manage to get one up before Christmas or New Year's, might be more of a kind of daytime neutral look. I might use this. I have a look in mind, but I want to add a little bit of coral or orange or something, which this doesn't have. We'll see. But I think less glitter in the next one. So if you're not into that, then stay tuned for something less in your face. Although I would wear this anytime. Totally happy. I would wear this to work. I'd wear this to Asda. Totally cool with it. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I think by my count I will be back on Wednesday, and it might be, can't promise anything, but it might be a Christmas gift guide. I know people have asked for them. I wasn't going to do one, but I'm thinking of doing a Christmas gift guide with the items I've actually bought for Christmas because it feels a little bit more authentic that way. We'll see, we'll see. I'm a bit nervous about doing that because people might see what I've got for Christmas. But you know, on their head be it. I think if I give them a warning at the beginning of the video and they watch it, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. So yeah, I will see you guys on Wednesday with whatever video that ends up being. As an adult now, I would never do in a million years, famous last words. It was really, really dangerous and I would do it frequently.